Hi class, let's take a look at example 3. And in this example, they want the elimination method. And then also they're asking us to express it as a set. So remember that the elimination method wants you to put the equations in standard form. So let me just put it at standard form. And in this case, they want us to express it as ax plus by is equal to c. Notice that equation 2 is not in this form. So let's actually work with equation 2. And then perhaps to get rid of the fraction, let's multiply by 2. So let me do the first step, just multiply equation 2 by 2. And we currently have y is equal to 3/2 of x minus 3. And then we're going to multiply the equation by 2. And then this side by 2. And remember that the main objective here is expressing it as standard form. And standard form also doesn't have any fractions. So we're looking at 2y is equal to 3x minus 6. And then let me subtract the 3x. So we're looking at the values of negative 3x plus 2y is equal to negative 6. And this is technically equation 2. Not our final answer, but at least we have it in approximately standard form. And the good news is that, well, we'll be able to cancel the x's, and it also appears at the y. So let me just say and add to 1. And in this case, you're just going to have 3x minus 2y is equal to the values of 6. And something interesting happens here. When you add the both of these equations, so this is technically equation 1, we're ending up with 0x's plus 0y is equal to 0. Or 0 is equal to 0, which is actually a true statement. Now, on a true statement, what we're actually viewing here is an infinite amount of solutions. So technically, let me rewrite it just as infinite amount of solutions. And what this means is that, well, both of the equations is actually the same line. So let's actually graph it so we can take a look at what it looks like. And let me actually put it in decimals. So we're looking at the following equation. So this one actually reads 3x minus 2y is equal to 6. So 3x minus 2y is equal to 6. And then our second equation was solved for y. So y is equal to, and then we had 3/2 of x, and then it had a minus 3. So minus 3. And as you can see here, well, if I were to change the color or activate the color actually, you end up coming up with the same line. So both of these equations actually represent the same line. Remember that we're looking at coordinate points of intersection. So because the two equations that we were given is actually the same equation, they're going to be intersecting at an infinite amount of points. So that's what it represents on this one. The infinite amount of solutions means that every coordinate point is a point of an intersection. So let's actually go back because we haven't actually fully finished the problem. They were asking for a solution set. Now, this is one way to rewrite the solution set. So let me just say that the set, it's going to be the following set. So it's the set of x's and y's such that, so the vertical bar means such that, well, you're going to have an x comma, but all your actual y values are going to be of the form of 3/2 of x minus 3. And then technically, I'll just say where x is a real number. So let me just close that set. The vertical bar means such that, so this portion means such that, and then real number just means any number on the number line. That would be the set. In this case, they're asking for a set, and this is one way to express a solution. If the problem said just to solve, it would have been sufficient to say infinite amount of solutions. And that is actually given by this step here, where all the values cancel out and we end up with a true statement. So any true statement, if we're not looking at the graphs, they represent an infinite amount of solutions, which means that the original set of equations that was given, it's actually the same equation. They just made it look a little bit different. So that's actually it for this problem.